Right then, welcome back to the channel. Stephen Howson. 5 things we learned watching Manchester United against Athletic Bilbao last night, as we booked our tickets to Bilbao for the Europa League final, which is boiling all sorts of piss already. Manchester United against Spurs. We will talk about that one as well, don't worry. But let's start with Amad Diallo. Absolutely lifted the game as soon as he came on. Technical brilliance, quality, great decision making, just a real injection of life that was absolutely desperately needed. Real stark contrast to Garnacho. Seems to make something happen every time he gets it. Seems to make the right decision every time he gets it. Seems to play for the team ahead of himself. Brilliant assist for Rasmus Højlund. He has to start the final. And if he does start the final, Manchester United have got an absolutely cast iron chance of winning it, because he is a match winning player. He is a game changing player, and he is one of those. We've got Bruno Fernandes who can do the same thing as well, but we've had him all season, so it doesn't really feel like we've missed him. You reintroduce Amad Diallo into this team and you go, actually, we can score goals. He can score goals. It's just everybody else around him's not quite on the same sort of wavelength or the same sort of level. But if he starts the final, I feel quite confident that Manchester, and he's fit. I think that's important. You can't just start the final and there you go. Like, he has to be fit. But if he's fit and he starts the final, I think we have a genuine chance of bringing the trophy back to Manchester. Number 2, Mason Mount. Best 20 minutes in the United shirt, not even in doubt. 2 absolutely elite finishes. Those are going to be the bits that people remember, the bits that people talk about. The first touch for his first goal was, it was absolutely sensational. Very much reminiscent of Kiko Makeda's finish against Aston Villa 2009. The second one, we've all been there. We've all seen that on a football pitch where the keeper's come out, made a cock and balls of it, and the net is absolutely begging to be filled. And sometimes people miss the target, but he's hit that. He's hit it sweet with his left foot, drilled it, and in we go. He has absolutely struggled to make a consistent impact. Ruben Amorim seems to really like him, and that kind of got paid off a little bit with those 2 finishes, I think, for him last night. Where does he fit in when we have everyone fit and available, and he's also fit and available? Because those things have never coincided. I don't know. I really don't know. But last night I thought he was brilliant in and out of possession. He set the tempo with energy and pressing, and he was quite confident and competent in possession as well. So the finishes will get the headlines, but I think the wider sort of impact and performance that he had on the team is what Ruben Amorim will be looking at and going, I like that. I like what he brings. I like what he does. And I like what I get out of him as a player. I don't know if that's the moment that he's required to ignite some sort of life in his United career. I don't think it's possible. I don't think Ruben Amorim would want to sell him. And I don't think Ruben Amorim would be able to sell him, because sadly, I don't think there's going to be many suitors for him if you were trying to sell him, because he's just not got the evidence to prove that he can stay injury-free. So I think that the prospects of him being sold is quite low anyway. The question is, can he force himself into being a starter and having the sort of impact that we hoped he would have when we signed him? That's the big question. And I think he's got a manager that wants that to be the case. It's can injuries and can he deliver? Because if he can't, there is a serious footballer in Mason Mount, a serious top-level footballer in Mason Mount. He's just not been there for us, so you totally forget what he can do. But he can do bits, and he could really help us out next season if he's able to have a season where he's fit and available for 85-90% of it. This video is sponsored by Surfshark. Imagine a version of the internet that's just better. No borders, no restrictions, no sketchy data tracking. That's what you get with Surfshark's VPN. It's going to let you browse from virtually anywhere in the world, and you can unlock international content, access your favorite services while you are abroad, and skip the censorship and the geo-blocks. It's freedom with a click. And right now you can get an extra 4 months for free when you sign up through the link below. And what makes Surfshark stand out? Well, it's designed for real life. Use it on all your devices at once with just one account. Whether you are at home, whether you're traveling, whether you're working remotely from a beach somewhere, Surfshark keeps you safe. They've also got features like Clean Web, which blocks ads, trackers, and malware while you browse. That means faster speeds, fewer annoyances, and more peace of mind. Getting started is super easy. With 24/7 support, you are never going to be stuck. Take control of your online world. Go to surfshark.com/Howson or use the code Howson, Howson, at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. Cheers to Surfshark for supporting the channel. And remember, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee. You have got nothing to lose. Number 3, Leny Yoro. I think his consistency of late has been fantastic. And he's really just hitting a level of form and confidence that's so good to see. He looks every single bit the prospect that we hoped he would be, that we expected he would be. And there is no ceiling to him at the moment. He is only 19. He's in a position where people generally peak 25, 26 onwards. You know, he's channeling his inner Beckenbauer with some of those drives that we saw in possession last night. His defensive side is getting better. I think it's ironically still a weakness, not like a Trent Alexander-Arnold weakness where he completely unplugs and just shuts off. I think it's just the weaker side of his game is the defending side. I think in possession, he's got the vision, he's got the range, he's got the confidence to play, killer balls. He's got line-breaking passes in him. He's got the ability to step in, which we saw in abundance last night. I think he defends space quite well. The 1v1 stuff and the duels, that's where the weakness has been. But it's definitely improved over the course of this season. From that Southampton game where he got dunked on, that could have killed a lot of players. And he didn't. He's obviously figured some stuff out, improved, worked hard. The final piece of the jigsaw will be his physique, because he's tall enough to grow into an absolute unit. He's tall and he's athletic, but he's not wide and strong with it. Now, he might not grow into someone that's 6 foot tall and 6 foot wide, but he might be able to get a bit more wingspan on him, and that'll make him a better defender when he does. If he can fill out into, not even a Van Dijk sort of frame, the impact that can have as a defender can be sensational. He's quick and he's nippy, and that's not going to decrease as he puts muscle on. That can only improve as he puts muscle on. And his impact on attackers increases when he does that, because he is a little bit lightweight at the moment. But that just takes time. That just takes time. Van Dijk was still spinning around the fucking Scottish and Dutch leagues at this age. Maybe not even. It took him a long time to fill out. Rio was quicker because of the talent that he had. But he took a long time to fill out. Rio was skinny when United signed him, and he was 21, 22 then. It took him a while to fill out. If you look at the size of him by the time he finished his career to the what he was when he arrived at Old Trafford, it was a lot thicker. And that's the bit that Leny Yoro needs to work on. Get jacked. Just spend all summer listening to Metallica and doing deadlifts like a motherfucker, and we will have an absolute beast of a centre-half next season. And number 4, who starts in the final? Competition for places is beginning to heat up. Mount and Ahmad, have they earned a start? Can Diallo return? What happens when Diallo returns? Is the likes of Luke Shaw, little cameo, making anyone wonder? What about Mainu? Surely the likes of Casemiro, Ugarte, Bruno are shoo-ins. What about Harry Maguire? Rasmus Højlund may be the only secure position on the pitch simply because there's no competition for him. Maybe the gaffer does something different. Maybe the gaffer does something unexpected. Maybe he goes with a false 9. Spurs have massively had our number in the Premier League and in the Cup. What makes it different in Europe? What makes us be able to go and win this in Europe? It's a must-win game. Actually, we've been pretty good with some of the bigger games, but that's against big opposition. Do Spurs count as big opposition? They're as bad as us. We're right next to each other in the table, both equally dog shit and unpredictable. Such a difficult game to call. So number 5, can we win it? Well, we have to win it. We simply have to win it. It is the one sort of light at the end of a tunnel of what has been the worst Premier League season Manchester United have had. It is the one light that can save this season from being just quite simply the worst season we've ever had into one where you go, well, won a trophy and got Champions League qualification. Don't ask us how we did it. Don't ask us the method. You know, we've basically gone and done our maths homework, done it wrong, but got the right answer potentially if we come away winning it. So on one hand, you go, look, lads, the method is like, why have you carried the one there? Like, the method is mental, but somehow you got to the correct answer. I don't know how you did that. And that will literally be how this season gets framed when we look back on it. Hopefully with that trophy under our arm. 3 trophies in 3 years. I think Manchester United's team has got players with pedigree of winning trophies in a manner that Spurs doesn't. That might be the sort of thing that's enough. Have we got more match winners in our squad? Casemiro is a big game match winner. Bruno Fernandes is a big game match winner. For me, Diallo is a big game match winner. How many do Spurs have? You know, I'm happy to have the likes of Mazraoui in our team. Someone who just makes good decisions all day long. I'd have been happier having Matthias de Ligt fit and available for this game. I'd have been happy having Lisandro Martinez available for this game. 2 of those we're not going to have. I think Leny Yoro, on his young Manchester United career, getting a final, coming through the season that he's had, signing for Manchester United, getting injured, taking a long time to sort of get into the starting 11, now arrived. A big game in the final for that could be brilliant for his career going forward. Can we win it? Yeah. Will we? Stay tuned to find out. We will find out. Either way, I did enjoy that, and I have enjoyed the Europa campaign so far. Let me know in the comments. Can we win it? Will we win it? See you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, 5-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.